Hey guitar players, and welcome back to the Guitar in a Year Beginner to Intermediate. Today is week number 30, and as you see before you here, we have Proficiency exam number 3. So let's go through this together, and we will talk about each section before we play it. The first section, as you can see here, is going to be low E string note recognition. So you'll be playing that note on the low E string. If it's a B flat, you'll play it here. If it's an F sharp, you'll play it there. We're going to do this in time at 60 beats per minute through this entire video. Then we're immediately going to be moving to the A string, where we're going to be playing note recognition there, followed by the D string, followed by the G string, and followed by the B string. We don't need to do the high E string because we already know the low E string and they're the exact same notes. All right, so that's going to be section 1 of our proficiency exam. So we're going to start from the top and let's see how it goes. It's going to count us off 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have 2 beats on every note. So let me just kind of show you what that sounds like. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's going to give you a feel for how the whole thing is going to go. So let's begin our section number 1 on note recognition, 5 strings. We're going to play this whole section that you see highlighted right now. Are you ready? All right, here we go. 2, 3, 4. Moving to the next string. Next string. Next string. Next string. All right, so that is the first section at 60 beats per minute. How did you do? A lot of you are going to be thinking that that's pretty fast, but it's actually not too bad, 60 beats per minute. You could maybe slow it down even further, but I would just recommend kind of shooting for this as kind of your goal, okay? You do have to be thinking by the end of that last measure, the next string, and you have to be thinking at least the next note as you're going through. Now, depending on how you practice this over the last 10 weeks, we did start going over that W pattern. Now, the W pattern is not designed to be the ticket for note recognition for the rest of your life. It's just there to help you start visualizing the neck. But at this point, you should have a pretty good idea of what is required of you. Let's go on to the second section. The second section are going to be chords. So we're going to be playing this whole section right here of chords. So play the chords shown wherever you can. This is going to kind of emulate the way of playing a gig where you're like having a chart that you have to read, or a sight reading gig, or maybe a church gig or a pop gig where you're just reading a chart with chords on it. Could be a recording session, that type of thing. In those types of situations, if I have a D7 chord, there's a lot of different places I could play that chord, and I'm going to grab the one that makes the most sense at that time. Okay? And so we get 4 beats for every chord. My recommendation for you is you hit the first chord, and then you use the next couple of beats to be getting your bearings for the next chord, and then you move on from there. All right, so we have 16 measures of chords here. When it says 7, that means dominant 7. When it says minus 7, that's a minor 7. When it says just like the note, like E flat, that's just going to be a major triad. Notice we do have one slashed chord here. We have F over C, kind of hearkening back to our Like a Rolling Stone. We do have some power chords. You can play those wherever you like as well. Those are the ones with the 5 after it. Minor 7s, dominant 7s, that's pretty much it. Okay, well, let's do this second section of our proficiency exam. Same tempo, 60 beats per minute. Let's do it. 2, 3, 4. All right, so that is the second section right there. All right, so we're moving on to our last section of the proficiency exam. This is going to be on pentatonics. We're going to have 8 measures of major pentatonics and 4 measures of minor pentatonics. We're going to be using eighth notes, and you're going to be starting on the note that this pentatonic is named after. So if I'm starting on F major pentatonic, I would start on my pinky on the F note as I go up. So I'm just going to demonstrate that just on the F for you. 3, 4. And then I would go on to the next one after that, okay? So we're going to do 12 measures of pentatonics here for the last section of the exam. And eighth notes, just remember to start on the starting note of that pentatonic. If it's a major pentatonic, it's the pinky. If it's minor, it's your first finger. All right, let's do this whole thing. So that is the entire proficiency exam. So if you head on over to Patreon, I will have this PDF for you. I will also have the MP3 of the proficiency exam, so you can take it as many times as you like without hearing me talk in between each section. So one of the things that you got to get kind of used to as you're practicing the guitar is memorizing structures wherever they may be. So this is one of those things that's going to help us to learn songs quickly so that we're not always trying to look up a structure. What's that chord? What's that scale, triad, or arpeggio? Of course, none of the sight reading was on this proficiency exam. We've only been doing that for 2 weeks. And of course, the triads are not going to be until the next proficiency exam. We're going to be talking about them a little bit more in the next couple of weeks. And looking forward to next week, we are starting the most important part of the course. This is going to be all of our major scales in every location of the neck. It's going to be one of our biggest projects of the year and the most helpful tool that you're going to get out of this entire course to help you to be an intermediate guitar player. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a great week. Put any questions you may have in the comments below. Reach out to me over on Patreon, and I will see you back here next Wednesday for week number 31. All right. Peace.